Alright, there's a debate happening in the next room over. My grandfather and someone, so I'm hoping it doesn't pick up on the microphone. If it does, I'll just fucking record it again. So I recently picked up I want to say $70 Amazon shelf. Just recording it. Sorry, I'm like tired. I got a 6-port HDMI splitter. I got a bunch of HDMI cables, $12 each. They're all going, everything here is HDMI. So I got my GameCube. If you're wondering why the video is shaky as shit, it's because I'm using this knockoff GoPro. So I got my Carby there. That cost me like $80 fucking. Carby is a really good thing so far I've been using, and this is my Wii U. So I have the HDMI, then I have a 15-foot extension cable for the sensor bar, and that's another angle of the Carby. And here I have my 360, and I have a spare drive hooked up to it for now, but I can't do backwards compatible because there's no internal hard drive. I have to get that next month. Then I have my PS2 and my PS3. And that is the wireless receiver for this Logitech PS2 controller I bought. Having a wireless controller for everything really does help, and this is a great controller. I don't really mind third-party controllers too much. As you can see here, this is my GameCube TTX, not TTX, Hip Gear controller. The TTX one I bought sucked. I did a review, I think, on the Hip Gear. That one has rumble, which is why I bought it. I really like having the rumble feature. And then I have all my games and shit. And then you can see all the wires go down to that giant, stupid Bestech. And then it goes to a 25-foot HDMI cable. Hang on. So that's a Bestech plug. And then you can see it goes to a 25-foot HDMI cable. That second wire is the 15-foot extension cable for the sensor bar. And this is my new 55-inch Scepter TV. And the reason why I bought the Scepter is simply because if you go on the website, it tells you what resolutions it supports through HDMI, so I know for a fact that everything I bought will work. And that is something that a lot of companies don't do. It's why I didn't buy the Vizio, is because I couldn't determine whether or not the things I owned would work on these TVs through HDMI. And it really sucks that the companies are doing this. The other reason why I bought the Scepter is because, yeah, it's not the best TV, it's just a standard LCD 4K display. Color's not as good as a QLED, for example, or Plasma or OLED, but it's still really good for $300. And the picture actually looks phenomenal once you calibrate it properly and shit. But here I'm gonna turn on all my consoles here, and I'm gonna show you how the switcher works. There's a thing in the back you gotta turn on, and then that, and I actually have another thing here plugged in just like the PS2, so it cuts it off completely. And then there's a button. There's also a remote, but I gotta get a watch battery for the remote. So see, first one is GameCube. The second one is Wii U. And Xbox 360 is the third. And then PS2, and then PS3. And all these are going into one HDMI port through that 25-foot extension, 25-foot HDMI cable, I should say. So here I'm just shutting it all off. It need to be on, and my computer's kind of overheating right now. but that's fine. The video is almost over. I don't really need to show anymore. So that's my gaming setup. If this will stop thermal throttling. Where's my remote at? Oh, here it is. So, the only thing I don't like about this Scepter is you have to go through each input and calibrate the settings. You can't just set it once and then it'll keep throughout. That was fucking stupid. I really hate that. The other thing I don't like is by default, if you shut off any device and you turn it back on, you go into menu and then picture, and screen size is by default set to wide, which means by default overscan is turned on. Now, for those of you who don't know what overscan is, say you have a picture. Overscan, what it basically does is it zooms in and crops it and cuts off key information, and it's fucking terrible. It just is. There is no other way to put it. It is just a terrible thing that should not be on TVs, and my laptop is struggling here. It is a piece of shit. So that's one thing I don't like about the Scepter, is that I can't turn off my device without having to then reset the screen size to the default. I don't know why overscan still fucking exists. It should have died when they converted to flat screen. It was something that existed for the sole purpose of tube TVs, back when, Cathode tube TVs, CRTs, existed. There's no reason for it to exist on a modern day display. It should just be whatever the input is putting into the display should be it, like a monitor. Unfortunately, television manufacturers don't fucking do this, and it pisses me off. So the fact that every time I turn on and off a device, I have to set it to the correct aspect ratio is a pain in my fucking ass. The fact that there's no standard shit is really annoying. But yeah, I have all my games set to HDMI 2 through that splitter, and then my DVD player and my Apple TV are into another splitter to HDMI 1. And it's not even just shutting it off. Like, if you use a splitter and you switch between inputs within that splitter, it also changes the aspect ratio for some fucking reason. And then the other just random shit like that is, minor annoyances. But the thing is, once you set the picture settings for every fucking port, it'll stay there. It's only the screen size that fucking keeps resetting every time you turn off a device or switch between them. And that's really fucking annoying that there's not an actual standard for that on this TV. But at the end of the day, it's got really good picture quality. Linus Tech Tips did review this, but for whatever reason, he didn't really go through the settings and properly calibrate it, and so that kind of annoyed me. It really annoys me when, especially professionals, review a television and don't take the proper time to calibrate it, or they calibrate it wrong or some shit. I've seen a lot of that. But overall, it's a great fucking television for $300. The fact that I know that everything I have would work really sold me on the TV. And the fact that it doesn't have any smart bullshit inside is also another thing that sold me on the TV. So that's basically my new gaming setup. The Carby works very well, and that's pretty much that. And I'll try to make another video sometime this week. I don't know what on. I might touch base and review some shit. That Xbox 360 is still giving me shit, though. It looks like I'm gonna have to spend another $67 fucking on a hard drive, because won't work without proprietary bullshit, and I fucking hate Microsoft for it. So, just wanted to make this quick video showing you guys my new gaming setup. It's been about 10 minutes. Fucking piece of shit fucking laptop this is. Where the fuck did that go now? I don't fucking know. Who knows? There it is. Is it gonna grab it? I don't know. Okay. So, if I can get this to work, there we go. So the PS2, I just bought a $10, that's why that wire's there. It's a $10 thing that converts the component to HDMI. Unfortunately, because of the way the GameCube was made, I had to buy the Carby, which cost me $90. $80, $90, I don't remember. It was between $80 and $90. I think it was like $85. I'm not sure, I don't remember. Look it up, it's by Insurrection Industries, it's called the Carby. So every one of my consoles is now going to HDMI, to a splitter, and then that splitter is connected to my TV via a 25-foot HDMI cable. And it's a great setup, it really is. And if I buy, the reason why I bought that giant fucking Bestech power adapter is because I am going to probably buy more consoles, especially in the retro scene. Down the line I want to get the Switch, definitely, that's going to go on top where the GameCube is. But yeah, that's my setup for now, and it's gonna improve. I think I'm gonna buy more games for what I have before I buy more consoles, honestly. Do that. So, I'll see you guys in the next video, and if you have any questions, feel free to just message me in the comment section down below, and I'll try to answer anything. If you guys have questions about my setup, or maybe you're looking to buy something and do a similar setup. The reason why I went with the open thing, even though it looks like shit because there's a rat nest of cables in the back, is because it just has more open airflow. So this Amazon Basic shelving really does help with airflow and make sure the consoles aren't going to overheat. So that's the reason for that. Anyways, I'm rambling, I'm going to go, and I'll see you guys in the next video.